Okay, all right, guys. So, um, welcome to day one of our personal branding challenge. All right, so this is this is day one, and we're going to be dealing with the initial thing. So, from yesterday, where I explained the whole concept of a personal brand, why it's important, the benefit of a personal brand, and I mentioned some key things. So let me just quickly reiterate so that you are carried along. So um I said the personal brand is what people perceive about you, is the perception people have about you, is what people say when you're not in the room, right? That's one of the popular thoughts about a personal brand, right? So branding generally is the way people perceive, what people think about um, a person, right? So it's beyond the logo, it's beyond color and all of those things. Now, there are several things that help you to shape what people think about you, right? So, where you have your brand message, your brand identity, your mission, and all of those things, the kind of content you put out, those are the things that help to influence what people say about you. All right. And then I said that the one of the benefits of having a personal brand is that it is like the wave, it's like the wave of the decade right now, that people tend to connect with people instead of businesses. They want to see a human face. They are longing for, there's this demand for human connection, right? So in whatever you're selling, in whatever thing that you want to put out there for people, maybe you're selling a product or a service or whatever it is that you want to do, people want to see that human face. They want to connect, they want to connect with you. And until they know you, they like you, and they trust you, until these three things have happened, they will not buy your idea, they will not buy your product, they will not buy your service, they will not subscribe to the thing that you're putting out, right? So another thing I need to mention is that a personal brand is like, it's like it's like that sauce that transforms your business. I made mention of some individuals, right? And I said that people don't really know. You might not know the name of their business, but you know the CEO of that company, and you will likely do business with that company because of the CEO, right? So I mentioned names like Vusi Tembekwayo. I mentioned names like okay, I don't know if I mentioned Alex Hormozy. He's one of the persons that I really admire so much when it comes to personal branding, right? So he's able to put himself out there in a very powerful way. He's able to influence the way people think about him such that they want to do business with him, right? So if you're a business owner, if you're a content creator, if you sell digital products, you sell physical products, you sell hair, you sell shoes, you sell courses, you sell books, whatever it is, people would first buy you before they buy your product. And if you're someone that they like and they trust, then it'll be easier for them to purchase whatever it is you're selling. So, welcome to the personal branding challenge day one, right? And we're going to be covering this. The first thing we're going to be covering is, who are you? We're going to be looking at self-discovery, understanding your big why, and then your personal brand statement, right? Now, for you to be able to build a powerful personal brand, it has to be deeply rooted in something that you are about. You don't want to, and trust me, you can create these things. You can create what you want to be about, what is your personal brand is about, right? You can create it. But then there are certain things that you need to pay attention to, or that you need to know, right? Before you're able to start building. If you want to build on a very solid foundation, yesterday I gave an example that some people who just build their 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 brands, their, because of course they've built their personal brand. So those people that build their personal brand on a transient feeling, on something that was just trending at the moment, after a while they stopped being relevant because their personal brand was not rooted in something that was very strong. So you want to build a personal brand on something that is strong, on a strong why, on a strong reason, so that come what may, you are still standing, and then you are able to explore a whole lot of things around who you are, right? Around who you are, around what you stand for. So I will not build my personal brand on affiliate marketing. I'd rather want to build my personal brand on maybe empowering young people to become financially independent. So I have the power to choose from a wide range of things, because the truth is that you grow, you evolve, and all of that. But you want to have something strong, right, that you want to build on. That is why we have to, on the one, we're going to look at who you are, and then we'll do some there are some self-discovery exercises that I want you to take. I'll try to make this as short as possible because this is just a guide, right? You are going to do the work, right? You're going to do the work, implement it. There are going to be some assignments that you will take, and it's quite interesting. So let's get into it. So now, we're going down to self discovery. Now, I want you to take down these questions and answer them. Just take, have, I expect that you would have gotten a pen and a book for this challenge, or somewhere that you write. It could be maybe a Google Doc or something, right? So now you're going to answer these questions. First, what are you so passionate about that you would do it even if you were not getting paid for it? Now, these questions are to help you discover who you really are, right? And help you to, discover your strong why. These questions will help you to know what you should be about, you know, it gives you this sense of identity, right? So these questions is just for you, like you're not sending them to me or anywhere. So you answer these questions, explore it very well. So what is that one thing that you're so passionate about that even if you're not paid, you will still do it? Right. Number two, what quality or characteristic do you admire most in others, and why? Right. So what is that thing that you see people do? You're like, I like to do something like this, right? And why? What Number three, what activity or experience makes you lose track of time and you become completely out of? So what is that thing that when you start doing, right? When you start doing, like, you lose track, like time freezes. You don't even know when time has gone. For me, I think it's writing, right? I think for me it's writing. And then, yeah, basically. So let's not make it about me. So what is that activity that when you start doing, you don't even know when time has passed? Then number four, what behavior or habits do people think that you do too much? So, people like, you do this thing too much. For instance, people think I talk a lot, like I'm too detailed and all of that. So I think people think I talk. I'm talking in the. I'm not talking in the bad habit. You can also explore the bad habits, negative comments, and all of that. But look for that trait, like, oh, if they give you mic now, more, you will not stop talking. Like, you keep talking and talking, or you do, like, you don't know when to stop. Maybe when it comes to organizing events, you would go the extra mile. Those things that, you like, you go an extra mile to do. What is that thing? Then, number five, what situation makes you think you could do a better job than the person handling it? So what is that thing that you would you see someone doing and be like, I can do this thing better now. You know that feeling, right? You know when you have that feeling when you see somebody doing something like this as and then it's like it's itching your brain somewhere like you're like why is this person doing this thing like this? You know, you feel that you have the capacity to do it better. Then number six, what inefficiency or poorly done task frustrates you the most? I think these two questions are related, right? So um, when you see something that is not properly done, right, and then you be like, this, like you're pissed. I think for me that would be like managing a project, right? So there are certain things I see people do, and I'm like, no, you don't do this thing like this. This is not how it is done. And this is not from a place of, there's a place of arrogance and pride, but you just feel like this could be done better. This could be done better. Sometimes I see, and then I've seen some designs on social media, be like, it like there was a lady who had a design, like she posted a design for her free class, her paid class, and it was poorly done. I was like, what the heck is this? Nobody sent me. I just went to go and redesigned it and dashed it to her. So that's what I'm talking about. Then what skill or talent comes to you naturally, even without formal training? So there are people that think that, oh, I don't have, because I don't know how to talk, I don't know how to sing, I don't know how to dance, it means I don't have the talent. Every human being came with a gift, right? So you have to discover what is that skill, what is that talent, what is that thing. So it doesn't have to come down to, oh, copywriting comes easy for me, oh, graphic, those are learned skills, right? So but there's something within you that would even push you to learn copywriting. For me, it was right, like writing comes naturally for me, comes easy for me. So I'll tend to go towards those kind of things that helps me accentuate my talent or helps me, put it out there. It makes writing a little more easier for me. It makes doing that thing easier, rather, because I already have that natural gift of writing. So you need to know what is that thing, and I want you to explore these things very well. Have a deep thought. Think about it. Don't just hurriedly write. So because by the time you carry out this exercise, you would you would become more self-aware. You would start discovering things about yourself if you answer these questions very, very sincerely and very in details. Like explore your mind. What is that thing? Even if you're standing, you know how to stand very. You get what I'm saying? Now, the next thing is, what social or environmental problem do you find most concerning? Right? This is just exploring, trying to explore who you are. Like, what is that thing that you see around you, or that you see happening around you, and then be like, no, now this can be done differently, or I can change this narrative, right? So let me give you an example. I like I like to see businesses, especially small businesses, thriving. I'm I'm very concerned when I see people start stuff and they don't finish. And then aside that, I'm also very passionate about education, information, acquiring knowledge. And if you want to take that step deeper, I am someone who has been very passionate about community development. So I meet people, maybe children, students, and then I want to help them become more knowledgeable, giving them the right information for them to thrive and all of that. So that's the thing that I'm crazy about. Then I think this is like the ninth question now. If money and practicality were no concern, what would your ideal job look like? So, if everything, if you have the money, like, you know, you money was not a concern, like doing the thing is not a concern, like is not a problem, right? What Think about what your ideal job, what's that job that you see, if I like, this is, if everything, if the universe was working right, if everything goes well, what is that job that I will be doing? Think about it. Then the last question is, what kind of impact do you want to leave on the world? Right. So I know that in as much as everyone is trying to get to that, oh, I want to make money, I feel that it's just the means. It's just the means. People want to reach their higher selves. There's something like no matter how we want to deny it, I know that the struggles of life can make you just want to be all right. You don't want to care about it, but deep down there's something that you feel like I want to be known for this. I want to be able to make this kind of impact, right? I mean, it doesn't have to be as grand as, oh, I want to change the world, I want to do climate change and all that. It could just be, for some people, it could just be feeding orphans, right? That's that's the kind of impact they want to leave. For some people, they just want to help disabled people. For some other people, they want to maybe talk about how rape victims can, you know, these are some of the noble ideas, but think about it. You don't have to forge it, right? Like, allow it to come from it. And what is that thing, that impact? If you, I want to leave this impact. And even if it's just within your family, feel free to explore the thoughts. This would help you to know who you really are, right? So let me get to the next thing. Now the next thing on um this particular topic is your personal brand statement. Now, this is very, very important because as we begin to go down into the challenge, you need to have something. You get to the point where you need to be known for something, right? So by the time you have answered these questions, by the time you're done answering this question, you would have had your strong why. You'd have had a strong why. You'd have had, like, you would have begun to understand yourself better, understand what's um turns you on in terms of personal branding, what your tick is, and all of that. You start, but you start tilting towards, okay, this is actually who I am, this is what I want to talk about, this is what interests me the most, right? This is where my skills, this is where my strength is, right? So then by the time you're done with that, you now have to come down to creating a personal brand statement. So this would be like your mission statement, and then think of your personal brand statement or a mission statement as an elevator pitch for who you are and what you have to offer, right? And it should contain what you do, how you do it, and the big benefits. So, for example, this, like, a graphic designer would say, I help businesses tell their personal brand story visually through captivating design. Now, for me, I would rather that you do this. You would get better understanding of this maybe towards maybe day 3, day 4, when we've talked about what you want to be known for and all of those stuff, right? So you get better understanding, but I want you to have this in mind as you're going through that your self-discovery process, because you need to understand, like, what do I want to be known for. So we'll talk more about these things. So but then this particular exercise is very, very important. Now, this is the task that I want you to carry out. This is the task I want you to carry out. Number one, what is that one core value you have identified that will be central to your personal brand? By the time you are done with all of these things here, you would begin to know, you have to know, what is that thing? What is that thing that I want to be known for? What is that thing that I want to bring to the table? What is that thing that I want my personal brand to be about? And then you can summarize your brand statement in one sentence. Now, why I wanted this to be done in the first day is because I know that there are some people who are watching this that might already have, like, maybe a personal brand. Like, everybody already has a personal brand, whether you've fixed it or not. Now, the point of this is to make it a magnetic one, a powerful one that leaves the right kind of statement, right? So I understand that there are some people that might have started doing something already. So this exercise and this particular brand statement would now make more sense. You'll be able to craft something from here. All right. So these are the exercises that I want you to carry out and drop on the general group chat. So this is the assignment that you can share with us. So it's just a one statement thing. You don't need to go too personal, too detailed about it. So and then also I want you to leave your mind open. I want you to be fluid as possible because by the time we get to the end of this challenge, your personal brand statement might change. Your personal brand statement might change, your bio might change, right? And then as you grow and go higher in whatever it is you're doing, a lot of changes might happen. Interest shifts sometimes. Interest shifts. There was a time that someone I was interested in affiliate marketing, and then now I am talking about personal brand. And tomorrow I might not really be talking about personal brand. I might be talking about something maybe a bit higher. So but then you can find my core, you can find my core in the fact that I want to be able to impact people. I want to be able to help businesses, individuals to grow and become their best selves and build their business, especially on the digital space. So that is my core. So I can express myself in those areas and all of that. So if you have any question, feel free to ask the question on the group chat so that you can get better understanding. I think that brings us to the end of today's tax, today's presentation.